Next, Bobbi Burns. She is a native of Topeka, Kansas. She currently lives in Lexington, Kentucky, where her love of writing has flourished. Bobbi Burns.
My Elephant by Christine Stravinsky. My elephant is a happy beast. Pansies and petunias garland his ears. Butterflies perch on his back. He munches silver grass and gossips with the zebras who live in the next frame right above my bed. And this one's mine, called October Addison. 6 years old and covered in pumpkin. Hers is a first grade jack-o'-lantern grin. A flame flickers in that happy gap. A tiny beacon on a dark fall night.
Thank you, Bobbi. Next, Sherry Chandler. Sherry Chandler's first full-length collection of poetry, Weaving a New Eden, has recently been released by Wind Publications.
I'm going to read a poem. I'm going to read my poem first because it's sort of appropriate. It's called End of Summer. Bluster and blue sky, gust-driven locust leaves like drops of sun, an oak lit neon green, its limbs that sway in their dance with the wind, my rheumatic hip, its ache as I skip and limp in the cold. And I'm going to read Joni DiMartino's poem. Some of you may remember Joni. She was here for several years, and I think of her sort of as a Carnegie Center poet, really. It's called Divorcing the Strong Man. Joni has a collection of poetry called Strange Girls. Yeah, it's about girls from the circus. So this is sort of one of them. Divorcing the Strong Man. The never retrieved beads he cleaved from her neck clattered to the floor, scattered beneath the chest of drawers. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. Pretty Mother's Home, a Shaker's Daybook, is Vickie Cimprich's first collection of poems. Her work appears in the Journal of Kentucky Studies. Vickie Cimprich.
Nancy Casal, Fletcher Casal, I think you're here.
I don't think she is.
I would like to ask you to dedicate your poem to my friend whose maiden name is Biscuit. Just after is a midrash on a gospel story from the Gospel of Luke. Just after the last flicker of angel was gone, she wished she were not alone and was glad that no one else was there.
Next, Laurie Clewett. She is glad to be writing poems again after a 10-year drought. She lives in her hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. Laurie Clewett.
Okay, I want to read an untitled poem by Rosemary Watola Traumer. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but because I have come undone before, I bring you these yellow petals. They will not fashion into a flower again, but see how sweetly the wind gathers them and releases, releases, releases. And then my poem is called Note to Self. Beyond the body's pain, an ancient well. Behind the beating heart, a bright expanse. Thank you.
Thank you, Laurie. Dean Crawford is a native of Louisville and a graduate of the University of Kentucky. He is married with 2 grown children and retired from state government. Dean Crawford.
I'm going to read, excuse me, I'm going to read this poem by Stacy Schoenfeld because she actually found her way to Carbondale. Miscellaneous merchandise, she found it somewhere. 2 prom dresses, one long, one short, must see. And this poem of mine is called Cheeseburgers. There's a legend about Richard Brodigan buying a house in Marin County. He replaces everything in the house with books. Everything. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric wiring, appliances, and furniture. I know a guy who knows the guy who buys the house from Brodigan. He replaces all the books with cheeseburgers.
Nettie Farris teaches writing at the University of Louisville and Indiana University Southeast. She has published in the Journal of Kentucky Studies, Appalachian Heritage, and the Louisville Review. Nettie Farris.
Hello. Is Gail Carson Levine here? No. Oh, good. I'm going to read this poem because when I flip through it, I keep thinking it's one of mine because it looks very much like the shape of a lot of my poems. This is just to say that today I will lose my life, which you hoped would last a lot longer. Forgive me. I miss your father too much to get well. Winter harvest. A field remembers. Every spade, potato, fungus, and famine sows its own little mound of sorrow. The grazing of cows and the plowman leaving. Dear M, John Mayer asked me to be his Valentine, so don't worry about forgetting me. Love, N.
Thank you, Nettie. Next, Anthony Fife. He is a professor of English and lives in Yellow Springs, Ohio, with his partner, fiction writer Lauren Shows, and their daughter, Lucy.
Is David Barretier here? Barretier? No. This is a poem called Biography. If there's nothing here, it's probably mine. So take it with you when you go walking this morning. I ain't remembered yet how willing I am to replace this piece of past, how 3 shots from a .22 can surround the heart. And my poem, which is called The Gift. I wanted a gift for you, but didn't know how. Thought of your dark hair, how it always needed ribbons. Bought a pair of scissors for the giving, tied with a blue bow.
Thank you, Anthony. Tom Frazier teaches English at University of Cumberland and recently read his work at Evening with the Poets at Hazard Community and Technical College. Tom Frazier.
Is Ivan Lengev here? Okay, I keep reading this because it seems to say stuff that a lot of us deny. Song of Myself. Women often are curious and ask, who have you written that poem about? I think a bit, then always answer, me. Okay, and mine, the older I get and the more I write, the shorter my poems get, so I like short ones. Serenity. Lotus in Chinese lagoon, between terra and firmament, trying to escape the one-footed crane, standing fast until first fallen snow.
Thank you, Tom. Wanda Fries teaches English at Somerset Community College. Her writing has appeared in various journals, including Sojourners and the Michigan Quarterly Review. Wanda Fries.
If you've been married for a really long time, you'll get this poem. If you're young, you'll think it's sad. It's Jane Gentry's wonderful poem, Why Marriage Works. Nothing you want from me, nothing I need from you. Satisfied now with what we have been given, what we have gotten, we lie sleep heavy, notched to the other, the primordial struggle, forgotten. And my poem is for Pearlie Jenkins and is called At the Pub. He slides his arm around her shoulders, winks and mouths, Barbly, over the top of her hair, as if she is the only one here, snugged up to the edge, willing to lap up death from a stranger.